Ron, it's fantastic to have you here in Australia. For people who are not familiar with your work, how would you describe yourself?
I have no idea. Author, consultant, educator, lecturer, proselytizer, radio show host. That would probably come first, actually.
Well, proselytizer is the one that I think most fits, having listened to your show for at least 100 episodes. And it seems like in your crosshairs, the thing that you would like to destroy most in the world is the billable hour. Why is that?
It's probably the timesheet.
The timesheet.
Because I think the timesheet keeps people mired in the mentality that value is somehow linked to time. It's an idea that goes back to Karl Marx. It's complete gibberish, and it's outdated.
So what should replace the billable hour or the timesheet?
Sane pricing. Pricing on purpose, pricing commensurate with value that you're creating, and that doesn't always mean a high price. It means a price that's commensurate with value.
So if you've grown up as a professional pricing by the hour or in the funds management or financial advice industry, a percentage of assets under management, how do you make that change from what you've done traditionally to something that, as you say, is pricing on purpose, is trying to capture what value is for the client?
That change is made one customer at a time, believe it or not. It's very evolutionary.
And are there businesses that you've seen make that transition more effectively than others?
Sure. I think the big differentiator from the firms that do it good and the firms that don't do it so well is the people that do it good put somebody in charge of pricing. There's one throat to choke. So there's somebody being held accountable for it.
One of the firms I know you've worked with here in Australia is a law firm that holds almost daily pricing session, so that there's someone who's accountable, but your peers are actually holding you to account if you're wanting to make a decision. Because I think many professionals underestimate the value that they create for their clients, and they have a tendency to undervalue what they charge to clients, and that's why they default to something that's set like a timesheet.
Right.
Would you advocate that, or do you see that being something that's really helpful to have a peer group based pricing approach, like a pricing council?
Yes, we call it a value council, but the theory is it's the same reason authors and actors have agents, right? Because nobody is good at pricing themselves. If I have an agent representing me, they can get me a better price than I can get myself, because nobody's good at selling themselves. So it's the same principle.
And what's the level of receptiveness to your message?
I think in the last 10 years it's really increased in legal, accounting, advertising, and IT, consulting. The billable hour is clearly on the defense. And although I wouldn't say that its end is within reach, I'd say it's within sight.
And just finally, in terms of all of the material that you draw together, your books, blogs, the radio show, what have you found has been most effective in helping people understand why it's important to move to something that's a better sharing of value between professional and client?
Well, that's a really good question, because so many people come at this for different reasons, and they come at it different ways, through education, through videos, blog posts, like you say. I would have to say that one of the most powerful thing I've done is write books.
Well, I've certainly loved, the book that I liked the most of yours is the Implementing Value Pricing book. It just is a really practical approach to why value pricing makes sense, but how you actually do it. So thank you so much for your contribution in this space.
Thank you.